What's up, guys? I gotta figure out if this Corvette's gonna fit my black trailer, because I was looking at some of the measurements and this car is wider than the previous car I had, and that car was already wide. So this is gonna be interesting today. So stay tuned. Let's go ahead and get my truck warmed up, and then we're gonna get hooked up to the trailer. You guys see right there? I always recommend, if you are getting ready to tow a trailer, you should drive around your neighborhood at least for like a minute or two. You know, get that oil warm, get that transmission warm, because you'd be shocked at how much damage you can cause to your engine, not even knowing it over time. So I know some people stay hooked up to their trailer and they just hook up and go. You also have the high idle switch too, but that transmission also needs to get some friction so it can warm up too. Just saying, it'd be a good idea to try to, you know, keep everything nice and warm before you go down the road, especially in these colder climates. That's good enough right there. Stop. So you do need the front lift to clear a trailer, unless you want to spend, I guess ramps would be like $600. Go up. Now if you lift it up, you see where the tire is? By the time that tire gets to the ramp, it's gonna scrape. So yeah. Golly, this, oh my gosh. Whew, hold on, babe. Whew. This is rough. Okay, keep coming. Look how wide, this is a wide car. Wow. I am shocked. Okay, hold on. Oh, we gotta go slow. Back up. I feel like she's turned into the passenger side more. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Come this way. This way. Just a little bit. That's too much, but it's okay. Oh, this is too light. This is, wow. Yeah. Look at that. That's insane. Do you think you can get out? You think you can get out? Hold on real quick. You know, maybe if I open this door, the escape door, maybe you, how much room do you, oh my gosh. And you know what's, no, I'll open the door. Hold on, but you know what sucks about this car? You can't put the windows down with the key.
I know. Because
then we could just climb out and then put the windows back up, but I don't want to ride down the road with the windows down because dust flies in here, believe it or not, so it sucks. Let me open that escape door and then we'll see if that's a little bit better for you to get out. I should have got the escape door that opens all the way, then this wouldn't be so hard. But being cheap is what gets you. Oh wow, so that sucks. So you have to be really careful. I almost wonder if we did the front lift, would that give us enough space to get out? But yeah, let's see if you can get out. Let's see. That's all you get, guys, right there. Holy, I could even take off the top maybe. That's not a bad idea. But like I said, the glass would still be up. Yeah. Look at this girl. I'm glad we work out, don't we? We be happy. We lost weight. Yeah, that sucks. You got it. Well, there it is. I need a new trailer, babe. Well, it depends on how long I keep the car for, I don't know. But wow, that is that was super hard. When you have a car this wide, this becomes a two-man job, unfortunately. And I'm actually really shocked at how these type of trailers have not evolved. I mean, granted, this trailer was built back in 2020, 21, somewhere in there. And originally I was going to go with a slightly better trailer, but they wanted way more money and they weren't willing to negotiate. So I decided to go in a different direction. But if you are looking to buy a race trailer for your wide body car like this, my recommendation would be go with extra height and then go with a manufacturer that builds the floor over the wheel wells here. That's your only option here because this car is far too wide. I don't think I'll ever really use this trailer for this car because it's just too wide. I felt super uncomfortable. My wife didn't even want to do it. I said, hey, I'd rather guide it in versus drive it in. The other thing is there are some trailer manufacturers that give you E-track pretty much all the way across, because if you have a narrow tire and the car is not as wide, then they don't go over these tracks. But see, this being a really wide car, the track is pretty much in the center of the tires on both sides too. So also, if you are cheap like I am and you just don't want to spend a bunch more money for a trailer, that way you have the ease of convenience, you could get better straps. They do have some that go around inside the wheel and then of course latch into the E-track system, although I don't like those because you could damage your wheels because you're adding, you know, weight, or not, I guess not weight, but you're adding pressure to the wheel going down the road. So I rather do it this way personally. It does take more time, but I think that you know, run a less chance of damaging your expensive wheels on your car. But yeah, you don't have but maybe what, inch and a half and about an inch on this side, so you have to get it almost perfect. Let's go ahead and jump over to the front so you guys can see what's going on over that side. Yep. Yeah, it is super close on both sides. And the other thing is, getting out of the car is the other issue. Because these wheel wells sit so high, you can't really open the door, and depending on how heavy you are, the car could be squishing down more, which means you could come into contact. See, my wife, she didn't weigh that much. If I were to get in there, I bet you I probably would have to put a towel down on the wheel well while I open the door, because it's going to make contact, because the lift's not going to stay up for you, right? And that's the other option that you have out there. If you are looking to, you know, buy a trailer, I would get the escape doors that open up the entire side of the trailer. I went this route again because, you know, my dealer Barbeques back in Maryland, they gave me a really good deal on this trailer. I went with 2 other dealers that had the exact same trailer, and without options, they were the same price. So I did add all the, what do you call it, cabinets on here. Of course, it's all finished on the inside. I have all the lighting. It's actually prepped for an AC unit. You guys see the floors. I should have went with the coin style floors. I was trying to be bougie, and these are like the marble. It's not real marble, obviously, but it's just, yeah, it has a nicer look. But yeah, there's a lot of upgrades. I did the spread axles. I extended my tongue on the front end. If you want to see how to build a trailer, I did a couple videos early on, and I did one on all the mistakes I made. Like, for example, the biggest mistake I made was not going with the larger door here. So if someone wants to pull in a golf cart this side, that is an option for these. So again, just do your research. I say that if you're planning on buying a Lamborghini Aventador, Corvette Z06s are wide just like those cars are. I bet you an Aventador is wider than this though. I bet you an Aventador would not fit in this trailer. If I ever have a chance to try it out, I will. But yeah, I don't think an Aventador would fit in this trailer at all. But yeah, if you definitely are looking to buy a trailer, get the trailers that have the extra height and that they drive over the wheel wells. That way you literally have what? That's probably probably 6 inches of extra clearance coming in this trailer, right? And if I had that 6 inches on each side, I wouldn't even need my wife. I could just roll right in here for sure. I'm sure you guys would like to see a cold startup. That's insane. Wow. That is just scary. God bless that front lift.